Hello everyone, I'm Allison with Green Goddess Plant Seeds and Stitching, and welcome to my channel and welcome to a garden chat. Woohoo! I'm so excited. I have just been itching to do a garden chat. I've been itching to just start sharing some garden stuff with you guys. I know it's been a while. It's still January, middle of January. We still got snow coming down like crazy today. But you know, it is time. It is time to start thinking of the garden. It's time to start thinking of what we want to grow, plans, everything like that. So that's what I thought I would share with you today. Seeds and snow. So yes, I've got my tomato seeds here. I do keep them in, these storage containers. These are available at most craft stores. I do have quite a collection. Every year it seems to grow, and it kind of grows and shrinks and grows and shrinks. Yeah, I don't know if I'll order any new seeds this year. Mainly because, well, one, I don't have the funds for it, but two, I've got so many. Like I haven't done a recent count. But I know I've got seeds for well over 100 different varieties of tomatoes. Some are heirlooms, some are not, some are more sort of modern introductions, but they're all, I think most of them are open pollinated. There might be one or two hybrids in here, but not too many. But yeah, and I do have a binder where when I start stuff, I do write it down every year of the varieties that I start. And I try to make a list every year of the ones that I do grow out. I had started to do like a quick reference list where it lists everything that I've got. And I can put it in the lid, of my storage container, and I can just see immediately what I've got, kind of thing. I haven't done that. I didn't do that last year, and I should have. At one point, I had started a Excel spreadsheet with all the different varieties and the different tab for each type, according to color, or mainly color. I think I had them sorted mainly according to color, and that's what I've got. These are sorted by color and type. So I've got slicers, which are sorted by color, and then I've got cherry tomatoes, which is just all cherry tomatoes, all colors of cherry tomatoes, and stuff like that. And so I had started like an Excel spreadsheet for that, and then my laptop crashed, and Glenn hasn't had time to even look at it to see if he can't save anything off of the hard drive. Like, I know I had tons of photographs on there as well that I would have loved to have rescued, but we'll see if he has time to do that, but probably not. So basically, I'm just trying to decide what to grow this year, what to grow out. These are all my my weird and wonderful tomatoes. I know for the market garden itself, we've ordered some separate ones for that will be specifically for the market garden. So they're determinants. They are hybrids, so that they've got that vigor, and they're early. Because we want to experiment a little bit with not staking them. I know it is traditional to stake all your tomatoes, but we have been watching some YouTubers where they don't. They grow so many. They grow thousands of tomato plants, and they don't stake them. But we're pretty sure they're using determinate varieties. So they only grow to a certain size, and then that's as big as they get. But we want to try that for ourselves. We want to experiment with not staking them. Last summer, most of them got pruned and had some type of support. I think the only ones that missed getting fully clipped were the early girl ones. I think they got one clip at the base, some basic pruning, and then I kind of ran out of time. So they're the only ones that were actually left to sprawl on the ground. And it actually worked good. I was actually impressed with how well those early girls did. So that's the kind of thing that we're going to experiment a bit on a bigger scale this summer with the market garden. I mean, I'll still have my section with my specialty tomatoes, but yes, that's kind of where we want to go with some of the stuff that we're doing. So cheers. I'm having a mocha today. It felt like a mocha day today. Normally I drink tea, but I don't know. With the snow coming down, I felt like a mocha. The other thing that we've sort of had to discuss and decide is whether or not to do a plant sale this year. We've done a plant sale for the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and it has not been worth it. It has not done well. We have not had the customers willing to come out to the farm, even though we're not that far from town. We're only like a 5-minute drive from Meadow Lake, but there are established greenhouses in town, so it's kind of hard to compete with that. So, well, what we've decided is that yes, we're going to have a plant sale. It will be scaled back. And I think we're going to return to my original idea, was to do specialty peppers and specialty tomatoes only. So no extra flowers, no extra vegetables, no cucumber starts, nothing like that. Only specialty peppers. So specialty peppers would be like your super hots. Because there's tons of weird and wonderful super hots out there that you're not going to find in the average greenhouse. And then specialty tomatoes. So these would be your heirlooms and your more recent open pollinated introductions that, again, are not available at the average greenhouse, because most average greenhouses only carry maybe 6 or 8 varieties. Your Manitobas, your early girls, your celebrities, your fantastics, delicious Romas, maybe Brandywine, maybe a couple other heirloom ones, but you won't find things like the sweet aperitif cherry tomato, which is my personal favorite. I love it. It's hands down, as far as I'm concerned, the best cherry tomato that's out there. The other thing you're probably not likely to find German pink. You're not likely to find, Comstock sauce and slice. You depending on where you are, you might find Bonnie Best, but a lot of these other ones you're not going to find, and they're just as good, if not better, than some of the ones that you do find, right? So I've got lots of heirlooms. I've got lots of unique ones, some open pollinated, more modern open pollinated ones, like a lot of the ones that have the anthocyanin in them. Those are all modern introductions, but I also have some lovely heirlooms, and I've got lots that I haven't actually started. I've been buying tomato seeds every year, right, for a while, and I've actually got a bunch of packets that I have never opened or started. So I think I'd like to do some of that this year, is get some of them open and started. Like I've got German Dwarf, I've got Fire Steel, I've got, what else we got here? We've got Goliath tomato that I haven't even opened the package. What else do we got here? I got some favorites I haven't grown in a while, like the Hungry Hill Pink. Here's Juan Flame. That's supposed to be a fantastic tomato. It's a French heirloom. Haven't even opened the package. We also got John Bear. And then we've got, what's this one? Oh, I've grown this one, but not in a long time. It's called Les Canna Beef. Les Canna Beef. And this one hails from Romania. So that one is probably going to be a potential for my grow outs. And then I've got another one here called Lutescent, but it also goes by Honor Bright. And I think this was originally introduced in 1897. So I do have some old ones in here that I would love to get going. And that's just, if you could see this out here, like this is just I mean, look at this. This is box 1, A to L of red, pink. How to describe it? Red, pink, purple, large slicers. I've got another box that's M to Z. And then I've got a box for the blue, black, and brown. I've got a box for orange, yellow, orange, white, and green. I've got a box here for striped and bicolors. And sometimes it's hard to determine what should go in here and what shouldn't. I've got some paste tomatoes. I like to offer different varieties of paste tomatoes. For a while there, I was kind of obsessed trying to obtain seeds for different types of paste tomatoes other than just your standard Roma or San Marzano. And actually, Romas I stopped growing because they were so prone to blossom and rot that I just didn't want to have anything to do with Roma. Last year, we had kind of 3 sections of tomatoes, and the section in the middle kind of got neglected and didn't get the water it should have when it needed it. And I know all the tomato varieties in that section, all of them got hit really hard with blossom and rot, except for San Marzano and upstate Oxford. There might have been maybe 1 or 2 that had blossom and rot. I know the Oxhearts were targeted by rodents, pests, whoever were nibbling on them, but no blossom and rot, or very little blossom and rot. And then I think the only other one that didn't get the blossom and rot was the Gardener's Delight, which is a large cherry tomato. Everything else was unusable. We couldn't sell it. We couldn't use it. It got hit so bad with the blossom and rot. So the rest of the varieties weren't too bad. Even in the other 2 sections, even though some of them got more water than others, they weren't too badly off when it came to the blossom and rot. So, and I know the paste tomatoes do tend to get hit pretty hard. Like last year, I had the Aria, I had the Amish paste. These, I got 3 packages of Amish paste tomatoes. Oh my goodness. The Amish paste they were really bad for blossom and rot. We got San Marzano, we got striped Roma, and then I got the speckled Roman. I wouldn't mind trying the speckled Roman again. This is supposed to be very, very flavorful. And it didn't get as badly hit with the blossom and rot, but it still got some. And then I've got some seeds here that I didn't actually start last year. I got some alpaca and some 10 fingers of Naples. These 2 I'd like to start this year. Yeah. So lots of things to think about. I need to go through each one of these boxes, sort of pull out my yays and my nays, and then sort of do a big pile of, yes, this is what I want to start, and then kind of whittle it down to maybe my top 20, maybe 30 at the most, no more than that. Like I said, with the plant sale, it's going to be scaled way back, much smaller. And I think we're probably going to do pre-orders, so we have a better idea of how much we're going to need. And then when something sells out, it sells out. You know, like we're not sure what to do. Like last year we spent a ton of money on advertising for our plant sale, and I don't think we even broke even with the costs that we put into the plant sale. I mean, yes, the weather was kind of crappy over the 2 weekends that we had it, but what do? We can't control the weather, right? So, and I did note that most of the people who did come out were looking for the unique varieties, the heirlooms, you know, the unique open pollinated ones that you can't get, you know, at a grocery store or at, you know, the average garden center. So, yeah. But I think we're just going to focus on that and keep it much smaller scale, so that it's more manageable for us as we're doing this. And then, yeah, and then hopefully we'll get maybe a better following that way. That we'll get. I know we have had repeat customers, you know, so we'll just have to see how that goes. And then, like I said, like, oh my god, I got 2 boxes of cherry tomatoes, like two of these full of cherry tomatoes, and there's lots that I haven't even started. Like I've got some here from Wild Boar Farms. I've got Tim's Taste of Paradise. I've got Mini Marzano. I've got Tumbling Tom Yellow. And then there's some favorites in here. What else do we got in here? There's all kinds. I've got all kinds. Bosque Blue Bumblebee. This is one that I probably won't grow again. This one and the, I think it's the Blue Gold from Wild Boar Farms, were identical. They were absolutely identical. The plants looked the same. The fruit looked the same, exactly the same. And they both had the disappointing flavor. They had no flavor to them at all, or very little. Like I would just, and that's why I probably won't grow these again, is because, I mean, it's a tomato. You're going to eat it and you want it to taste nice. And so if it doesn't have the flavor, you know, I'm not sure that I want to grow it. I want to grow stuff that's going to taste nice. Oh, this is an older favorite that I haven't grown in a while. It's called Britain's Breakfast. That might be a contender for being grown out this year. We'll see. Like I said, I've got lots here that I haven't grown out. And then I've got these ones that are multiflora. Like I've got this Karma Purple that's marked as a multiflora. I'm not sure I like those because they get these big, huge masses of flowers, which then turn into these masses of little cherry tomatoes. And I actually don't care for that type of growth habit. I prefer to have something like the Sweet Aperitif, where it's one long truss rather than these big masses of fruit that you can't pick without them falling off. So that was my issue with some of these. Yeah, there's lots of tomatoes that have potential that I haven't grown out in a while. Fargo Yellow Pear. That's a good one. I know photographs of this don't quite match, that I've seen don't quite match up with the way the fruit is actually looks like. Because whenever I've grown this, the fruit looks more like a plum, like a small oval plum-shaped tomato, rather than a pear shape. So I don't know, but it's got a really nice flavor. It has a nice growth habit. The fruit looked really good, and it's one that I haven't grown out in a while. And I might. Oh, it hasn't been open. I might try and save some seed for it. What else have we got? We got Golden Cherry Tomato. We got Guernsey Island. That might be a possibility. Helsing Junction Blues. This was one of the first blue tomatoes that I grew out. Was the Helsing Junction. Yeah. The only downside to the ones with the anthocyanin is that they do take a long time to ripen up. Like longer. It seems longer than what you think they should take, but it has a nice flavor. And we had a customer asking for these last summer, and I didn't have them, so I think this is going to be one that I grow out, and probably one that I'll save seed for too. What else we got? Oh, Isis Candy Cherry. Yeah, I bought these last year and didn't get them in the ground, so this might be a contender. This might be a little bit higher on the list for grow outs this year. What else? Oh my god, there's just so many. Some of them I have more than others. Like I have lots of cherry seed tomatoes. I have lots of, you know, standard red tomatoes, because that's what everybody wants, right? Is standard red tomatoes. But my personal favorites are the yellow ones. Like I have Dr. White Cheese Yellow. I've got Kellogg's Breakfast. I've got watermelon beefsteak, which has been a while since I've tried growing that out. I've got Golden Bison, which I don't think I've tried. I've tried the yellow brandywine, but I think that was 2 years ago, and we didn't get a good crop of tomatoes at all from anything. So, what else we got? Golden Queen. Golden Queen's my personal favorite. We've got Armenian. We've got Longkeeper. This will be a grow definitely. We've had people asking for the Longkeeper, so I think this is going to be a definite definitely on the grow list for this year. We'll try and save seed from it if we can get the tomatoes to the point where they're ripe. We'll save seeds. I've got Golden Oxheart. What else we got? Indian Moon. I haven't grown that in a while. Morden Yellow. There's another one that I haven't grown out in a while, and I'll probably save seed for it too. Let's see here. Yeah, there's not a lot of seeds in there, so that might be a contender. That's the other thing when I go through these seed packets. I'll probably open them all up, or at least take a look inside to see how many seeds are in the packet. And if there's only like a handful of seeds, I might just grow them out just to get the seeds out of the box, and then decide whether I want to save seed for that variety or not. So that's kind of my other methodology for going through these, you know, every year annually, making my list, checking it twice. And then I've got, what else we got? We got striped and bicolor. We have Berkeley tie-dye. These are some of the ones that I grew last year was a marble stripe, which was fantastic. And two of the ones that I was surprised by were, I grew out the pineapple and the black pineapple, so Anas and Ananas Soir, so pineapple and black pineapple. These were fantastic. There's a reason why these have become quite popular. They were delicious. They were big, enormous tomatoes. You cut them open, and there's this beautiful, like the black pineapple had this beautiful pink, green, dark red coloring all the way through it. It was absolutely gorgeous, and it tasted good too. It had a really good flavor. Pink Jazz might be another one that I grew out this year. I don't have a seed packet for it. I do have an orange jazz, which is similar. And then I've got all sorts of seeds that have never been grown out. I've got Dynamite Delight, Lucid Gem. These are from Wild Boar Farms. What do we got here? What's this? Afternoon Delight. I think I tried that one year, the Afternoon Delight, but I don't think we got anything off of it. It was just a bad year 2 years ago. What else we got in here? Crushed Heart. I wasn't impressed with Crushed Heart. I'm not sure what to do with the seed because I don't know if I'd grow it out, and I'm not sure I want to pass it off to someone else. Blood Moon. Blood Moon was a favorite. I need to remember to get that one. Blood Moon was an awesome one. What else we got? Firework. That's a good tomato. That was probably one of the first striped tomatoes that I bought. Streaky striped. Had a really good flavor. I definitely probably grow this again. It's been a few years, so I'll probably grow this one again, Firework. Well, I've got Northern Lights. I'm dropping everything here. Here's my marble stripe. And so I also have Gold Medal. This also goes by the name of Ruby Gold. I've grown it as Ruby Gold before, quite a long time ago. So this might be one that I'll grow out this year. It's been a while. Yeah, it's an old variety. It's a very, very old variety. So we'll give that a go maybe. I've got Indian Stripe. This is the Orange Jazz. So I've got Pink Jazz as well. These are really big, juicy, sweet tomatoes. What else do I got in here? I've got the Sart Rollowies, which was okay, but because of the anthocyanin, it took a long time for it to ripen, so it wasn't the most productive tomato that we've grown. And I've also got one in here called Wolverine, which is kind of the same concept as the Sartwell Rollowies. But again, it took a long time. Not the most productive, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I've got like I said, I've got lots that are, I've got lots from Wild Boar Farms. Actually, surprisingly, I've got quite a few that I haven't even attempted to grow this at all. So that's going to be something that we'll do. And I think the last one here I got this is the black. I got labeled black, brown, and blue. So these are all the anthocyanin, the black ones that are not anthocyanin, like black brandywine. I've got black crim. I've got Black Beauty. This is one of my personal favorites. I love this tomato. Even though it does take forever to ripen, it is absolutely stunning in the garden. If you want something that looks very dramatic, because these they will turn almost completely black if they've got the sun exposure, and so they are quite dramatic and different looking in the garden. It's become one of my perennial favorites. It's one that I always seem to grow out, is that one and the Blue Beauty. I got black from Tula. What else we got here? What is this one? Black pear. Got lots of those. Got Carbon, Blue Beauty. That's the other one that's become a standard. Carbon I haven't grown out in a while. The first year I grew this, it was really good. I enjoyed it. It had a nice flavor because it's supposed to be one of the best tasting of the dark black varieties. It doesn't have the anthocyanin in it, so but it had a really nice flavor. But then after that, the flavor wasn't quite there. I'm not sure if the growing conditions weren't quite right. Brown sugar, which I wasn't impressed with. It was okay. Flavor was okay, but nothing. This is one that we grew last year, so it probably won't get grown out this year. Cherokee Purple, that's a pretty standard one. Although I don't know if I'll grow it this year. It was grown out last year. Unless there's a demand for it, unless somebody asks for it, we probably won't bother with it. Because this is becoming more available now, more and more popular, more available in some of the greenhouses and garden centers. I do have OSU Blue, and this is supposed to be the first tomato that was introduced with the anthocyanin. So I might try to give it a go. We grew it the first time in 2023, and that was a bad year for tomatoes all around, so I might give that one another go. We've got the Paul Robeson. It was okay. You know, I found that it didn't have quite the flavor to it that everyone said it did. We've got Queen of the Night. This is one that I haven't grown out yet. I think I bought the seed last year, but I haven't started it. Scottish Early. This one, I think I got this one from the Croatian seed store. This was a really good tomato. Really, really nice flavor. It looked very similar to Thornburn's Terracotta, very similar. And of course this one has a really nice flavor and a nice look to it, so we'll see what happens with that. And I've also got one here called Sun-Fired Flare that I haven't grown out. I've purchased this a few years ago and I just haven't grown it out, so this might be the year that I might focus on growing out some of these ones that I have not grown out or touched hardly. Yeah, just because I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to resist buying anything new if I can help it. But some of these ones that I probably won't grow anymore. Like probably what I'll do is go through every single seed box. I'll pull out everything that I think is a possibility, which will be a lot for growing out. And then I'll probably whittle that down to sort of a short list. Like I said, maybe 20 or 30. I might whittle out some ones that I will probably never grow again. Quite often what I do with those is I will leave them on the seed table, the the CD Sundays and CD Saturdays, I'll leave them on the giveaway table or the seed exchange table for others to try, kind of thing. This last box, this is the last box of the large red, pink, purple ones. So got some here that were gifts that I haven't tried. So this is Pasquin's Passion. That one might be a grow out, definite grow out. We got Magnus. Yeah, I haven't grown that one out. That's an old variety. That's an old heirloom. We got Marmaid or Marmande. That one might make it on the list. Matchless Austin strain, which is also, I think, known as quarter century. This is a burpee quarter century. Haven't grown that one out in a while. We got Melfort tomato. This Michaelic is my personal favorite red tomato. This to me is the best tasting tomato ever. It's big, the plants are big and definitely need to be staked. It had I don't think I grew it last year, but I grew it the year before, and just biting into it in the garden, it reminded me of tomato soup. It was so rich and flavorful. It was awesome. So this has become a standard every year grow out for me because it is such an awesome tomato. We got Minsk. That's one that I've never grown out. We got Mortgage Lifter. I've tried it, but I'm not sure if I was all that impressed with it. Mushroom Basket. We grew this one last year. Didn't get much off of it. I mean, it produced some, but they didn't ripen. So I don't know if I'll grow this one out again. It might end up on the seed exchange table. We'll see. They look kind of nice. They look interesting. New Yorker. That one might get a grow out this year. Mainly so that I can save seeds. Some of these might end up being grown out specifically for seed saving. So what else we got? Got Northern Delight. I've got Oregon Springs. That's one I haven't grown out yet. Oxheart, Paragon Livingston, or Livingston's Paragon. This one I tried a few years ago, I think. This is an old variety. This is one of those very old heirloom varieties. It's been a while since I've grown it out. Yeah, I might try that one for the sake of saving seed because it is an old heirloom. Rutgers, probably Rutgers, and we've got the Santa Clara Canner, both good processing types. So those might make it on the list just so that if someone is looking for, a good processing tomato, I can at least say, yep, these two. Sicilian Saucer, Silvery Fir Tree. I've heard of this one, I've seen it, but I haven't had a chance to grow it. Silvery Fir Tree, where the foliage is very fine. So that might make it out into the grow list just because I'm curious. Starfire is another one. This is an old variety. I remember my grandmother growing, so I think I might grow that out for the sake of saving seeds and just seeing how well. I think the last time I grew this out, it did really well. Aside from the fact we didn't get any ripe ones because we had a very early frost that year, and so nothing ripened. So this one might be a grow out. I've got Super Marmande. Oops, there we go. So I wonder what the difference between this one and the other one is, the Marmande. We'll see. We've got Swift tomato. We got Triple Crop, which I grew last year, so that probably won't make it out. Trophy. This is another very old heirloom trophy tomato. And then another one of my personal favorites is the variegated, but I think it also goes by Touch of Cream. So this one, I love this one. It looks so cool. It's very different looking. Very different looking. The leaves are very good. They're green and white, and the unripe fruit is also green and white. And it ripens to red. So something very ornamental, but also edible, which is kind of nice. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I have a process to go through, and as I go through, I'll write everything down, make my lists, fine tune everything. I do have 2 specific boxes that anything that I do decide to grow out will go into these boxes for this year. Got them labeled as current year grow out, so that they're all separated out. I know where they are and hopefully what I'm doing, but we'll see what happens with that. So that's kind of what I'm doing today with the snow that's coming down, and we've had some warmer temperatures the last couple of days, but it is supposed to plummet. By Saturday, it's supposed to get really, really super cold again, and then I think it's supposed to moderate a bit next week. So it's January in Saskatchewan. What do you expect, right? So yeah, so this is what I'm doing. We're making our plans. We're getting things going. We've got seeds ordered, at least like our bulk seeds from Stokes. The corn, beans, cucumbers, that kind of thing. When they arrive, I'll do an unboxing for you so you can see what we're growing. And then probably when we finally get stuff potted up, I'll show you that too, because we still have to go through the peppers and figure out what we're going to be doing for pepper seeds, or what we're going to be starting, especially for the super hots. The super hots quite often take a very, very long time to germinate, so we need to get those in maybe even this weekend if we can. We do have a wellness fair that we're setting up at on Saturday, January 18th, so we'll be busy with that on Saturday, but maybe Sunday we can sit down and go through peppers and figure out what we're starting. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I hope you're having a great day. I hope the weather is cooperating with you wherever you are. If you're already starting seeds, good for you. If you're not, if you're still dreaming, well, you know what, that's awesome too, because most of what we're doing is dreaming and planning right now. So yes, until next time, happy gardening and do take care. Bye for now.